The AirPort Time Capsule is a wireless network device sold by Apple Incorporated, featuring network-attached storage and a residential gateway router. They are, essentially, versions of the AirPort Extreme with an internal hard drive. Apple describes it as a backup appliance, designed to work in tandem with the Time Machine backup software utility introduced in macOS at 10.5. Introduced on January 15, 2008 and released on February 29, 2008, the device has been upgraded several times, matching upgrades in the Extreme series routers. The earliest versions supported 802.11n wireless and came with a 500 GB hard drive in the base model, while the latest model as of 2014 features 802.11ac and a 2 TB hard drive. All models include 3 Ethernet ports and a single USB port. The USB port can be used for external peripheral devices to be shared over the network, such as external hard drives or printers. The NAS functionality utilizes a built-in server-grade hard drive. History: The AirPort Time Capsule was introduced at Macworld Conference and Expo on January 15, 2008 and released on February 29, 2008. With pricing announced at $299 for the 500 GB version and $499 for the 1 TB version. It was the first wireless network-attached storage device combined with a wireless gateway router made by Apple. The first-generation Time Capsule included a full AirPort Extreme base station with 802.11n wireless, an Ethernet 1 port, 3 Ethernet LAN ports, and 1 USB port. The USB port can be used for an external hard drive or a printer to be shared over the network, or both, by using a third-party USB hub. In early 2009, Apple released the second-generation Time Capsule. It offered simultaneous 802.11n dual-band operation, which allows older devices to use slower wireless speeds, without affecting the overall performance of devices that can use higher 802.11n speeds. The second-generation model also included the addition of guest networking, a feature which allows creation of a separate wireless network for guests. The guest network uses different authentication credentials, ensuring the security of the primary network. The hard disk storage space of each model was doubled, capacities were 1 TB 2 TB, while the prices remained unchanged. In October 2009, several news sites reported that many first-generation Time Capsules were failing after 18 months, with some users alleging that this was due to a design failure in the power supplies. Apple confirmed that certain Time Capsules sold between February 2008 and June 2008 do not power on, or may unexpectedly turn off. Apple offered free repair or replacement to affected units. The third-generation Time Capsule was released in October 2009. The only change was a reconfiguration of the internal wireless antenna, resulting in an Apple-reported 50% increase in wireless performance and 25% increase in wireless range when compared to previous models. The fourth-generation Time Capsule, released in June 2011, increased the range of Wi-Fi signals. The internal Wi-Fi card was changed from a Marvel Wi-Fi chip, to a better-performing Broadcom BCM4331 chip. Apple again increased the storage space in each model as the hard drive sizes were increased to 2 and 3 TB. The 2 TB and 3 TB models were kept at the $299 and $499 price points. The fifth-generation Time Capsule was released in June 2013 alongside the sixth-generation AirPort Extreme. This generation saw the name change to AirPort Time Capsule and to a taller form factor. 802.11ac support was added with this generation. The 2 TB model was kept at $299, but the 3 TB model dropped to $399. Features: the currently available, 5th generation Time Capsule includes a fully featured, 802.11ac, Wi-Fi access point including simultaneous dual-band operation. All clients sharing a single Wi-Fi band must operate at the speed of the slowest client. Dual-band access points such as the Time Capsule allow segregation of clients into 2 separate, but simultaneously operating, Wi-Fi bands. one band is restricted to 802.11n clients, while clients using lower speed standards such as 802.11g are placed on the second band. As the first band is exclusive to 802.11n clients, the presence of clients using slower standards does not impact the 802.11n clients. The time capsule supports the sleep proxy service, a technology that allows clients to partially shut down to conserve energy, yet still be responsive to network traffic. Hardware interfaces on the time capsule include 4 gigabit Ethernet ports, and a USB interface for external peripheral device sharing. Commonly connected peripherals include printers and external hard drives. A built-in file server that supports both AFP and SMB provides network access to files stored on the built-in hard drive. The 7.6.1 Time Capsule firmware enables remote access of the hard disk with an iCloud account. In the past, users needed a mobile Me account to remotely access data. Fourth-generation models are available with 2 TB and 3 TB of built-in storage. One of the key features of Time Capsule is the ability to back up a system and files wirelessly and automatically, eliminating the need to attach an external backup drive. This feature requires OS X 10.5.2 Leopard or greater on the client computers. The backup software is Apple's Time Machine, which, by default, makes hourly images of the files that are being changed, and condenses backup images as they become older, to save space. Even when using an 802.11n wireless or gigabit Ethernet connection, the initial backup of any Mac to the drive requires significant time. Apple suggests that the first backup will take overnight or longer. Subsequent backups are incremental, thus will typically be quicker, as they only include changed files. Clients using Mac OS X Snow Leopard can perform the initial backup twice as fast as Leopard clients. The backup disk can also be used by Windows-based computers, and the files on it can be managed by another OS such as Windows. The hard drive typically found in a time capsule is the Hitachi DeskStar, which is sold by Hitachi as a consumer-grade product. The Hitachi UltraStar is the enterprise version. Apple labeled the drive as a server-grade drive in promotional material for Time Capsule, and also used this type of drive in its discontinued subservers. Apple states that the Hitachi DeskStar meets or exceeds the 1 million hours mean time between failures recommendation for server-grade hard drives. The 500 GB, first-generation Time Capsule shipped with a Seagate Barracuda ES series drive. More recently, other hard drives such as the Western Digital Caviar Green series, and the Samsung ECO Green series have been reported. The time capsules up to the fourth generation measure 7.7 inches square, and 1.4 inches high, slightly larger than the AirPort Extreme base station and close to the first generation Apple TV in volume. Its size is partly due to the inclusion of an internal power supply, which eliminates the requirement for a separate external power supply, enabling a direct connection between the household power outlet and the back of the time capsule. The June 2013 release of the fifth-generation models features a name change to AirPort Time Capsule, and a redesign with measurements 3.85 inches square, and 6.6 inches high. The square dimensions echo the size of both the latest AirPort Express and Apple TVs, just with the height being significantly higher. The 2013 models feature the same I/O ports on the back as previous generations, and come in the same capacities as the fourth generation of 2 TB and 3 TB, but have introduced the newest Wi-Fi standard 802.11 AC. The new AirPort Extreme released at the same time is exactly the same in dimensions and I/O ports, just without the internal hard drive of the AirPort Time Capsule. Product numbers: Apple Time Capsule product codes are constructed with the 5 first characters identifying the product version, and the remaining ones indicating the localization, such as country-specific power supply. As of the fourth generation, all generations have had 2 models. One with a smaller capacity hard drive, and one with a larger capacity hard drive, with them always being priced at $299 and $499 respectively. As of the 5th generation, Apple has maintained the $299 price of the smaller 2 TB version while the larger 3 TB version has been lowered to $399. Comparison chart, see also. AirPlay, AirPort Extreme, Time Machine. References. External links, AirPort Time Capsule official site.